7th of January. I'm on my way home from dropping my girlfriend at work. It's not even light yet. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. I've been up since 7. I've got to get back, pick up my daughter, take her to her first day at her new school. She's nervous. I'm nervous for her. I'll get that done, and when I get home, I'll tell you a bit more about my lifestyle changes, how I'm feeling, if I'm making progress maybe. There's a few things to talk about. So I'll do that when I get back, and throughout the course of today. Let's do this. A week in. Poor kid. It's 8:30. I've just dropped my daughter at her school for her first day, and we were supposed to be here for 8:20, and we were here just after 20 past. But then she just wanted to sit in the car because there was loads of kids about. Like, that is such a big thing. I am so proud of her for just doing it. Like, yeah, we had a few jitters. She weren't sure whether to wear socks with her school shoes or not, and she was freaking out. But ultimately, she got out the car on her own, walked across the road and into the school for her first day as a year 9, so they're like halfway through the school year, and she's got to start completely afresh. Super proud. Now I can drive home and feel a little bit easier. I mean, I've been nervous for her. I felt really nervous for her. But it's done now. She's in there. She knows how to get hold of me if she needs to. This new school is so much closer to home. So, yeah, super proud of my daughter this morning for not, like, causing a big stir and making it much more of an issue than it was. Like, yeah, it's a big deal, man, going to a new school, but she handled it like a boss. If only I was as brave as my 13-year-old daughter. Crazy. Let's go home, have some breakfast, and I'll take you through my routine. That was mad. My daughter has gone to school for her first day at a new school. It's motivating. It makes me feel like I should do something. But I did do something yesterday, and I'm going to talk you through it during the course of the day. I don't know whether these videos are going to follow this theme or whether it'll just be me talking or what. But as I said, I want to do a video every week. So I've took my girlfriend to work in the dark, took my daughter to her first day at new school, like year 9. It's tricky. And I've just got home and it's time for breakfast. Healthy eating? Did somebody mention healthy eating? I did. So I'm having Special K. I'm not sponsored by Special K, but it's nice. I've never tried it before. I just thought, like, it's healthy, it's filled with vitamins, so I'll give Special K a blast. I'm using like 1% fat milk. I don't have a lot of milk anyway. But this is breakfast. I'll also have a big glass of water, like a glass like that of water, just to kickstart the day, because staying hydrated is important. And I'm going to get into like my thoughts on the benefits of diet and exercise for a healthy mind, because some people might not think that diet and exercise will affect the way that you think or the way that your mind is or your mood. So we'll dispel those myths after I've eaten breakfast. Good morning. Wow, how my routine has changed. So, I mean, I'm still getting up at the same time as I have been or was before Christmas. Let's say pre-New Year, like getting up at the same time and taking my girlfriend to work and then take my daughter to school. Like, that's the same, but it has slightly changed in that my daughter has just started a new school. But the things that I'm doing are so much different. I used to get up in the morning, like last second, get dressed, washed, teeth, downstairs, and go, and not do anything. Whereas now, I'm coming downstairs, first thing I do is have a glass of water, then I have a bit of time to wake up, then I take my girlfriend to work, come back, like do the school run as I just have, and then come home, have some breakfast, like maybe some healthy cereal or, I don't know, honey on a bit of toast or a banana, just something healthy that's going to get me through the morning. Then I have my lunch, and I've been doing this for the last 7 days between 12 and 1, like whatever it is, just something light, healthy. Sometimes have a snack between, but no crisps, no chocolate, nothing that would be considered as junk food or processed food. So just either fruit or some nuts or just something that's healthy. And then when it comes to dinner, so usually we would wait until my daughter's home from school, my girlfriend's home from work, and then it'd be like 7, half 7. We'd be eating at about 8, half 8, which is too late to be eating during the evening. So we started preparing our meals the night before. So my girlfriend takes hers to work, I'm at home, I can eat mine at whenever. So when my daughter gets home today, I'll be cooking some fresh salmon, which I've never done before. So this is new to me. Season it with some whole grain rice and some salad or whatever we decide to go with, which is going to be, it's cool for me because I'm learning new things with regards to cooking, learning what I like, because I've never tried salmon before. Like, I've had plenty of tuna, but never had salmon. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to learning more about myself, the things that I like, the things that I don't, and the way that I feel has been pretty much remarkable in the last 7 days. And I'm not putting it down to just healthy eating. I'm not saying that this is a miracle thing that, everybody should be talking about, but it doesn't hurt to eat healthily. I'm not saying that eating healthily is going to cure anxiety, but if it does, and it does, help improve your mood and your physical being, then why wouldn't you put that into consideration? If you don't eat healthily, if you eat junk and processed crap, then you feel like lazy, lethargic, you feel like you've got no energy, your mind is unable to concentrate, you can't be clear thinking. I've noticed changes in all of those things for the last week. Since I've been eating so much better, the fuel that I've been putting into my body has definitely had an impact on the amount of energy that I feel, in the way that I'm able to think during the day. Like, I'm able to shut my mind off and just be quiet, but I'm also, when I need to, able to think clearly and get my point across if I'm talking to my girlfriend or my dad or a customer, as I did yesterday when I had a meeting, and it didn't bother me at all. I was thinking to myself like I would normally be anxious by now, but it didn't come. I felt fine. It was okay. And then last night, because my daughter was getting her stuff ready for her new school day today, and she told me that she had to take her own lunch today. So at about 7, picked my girlfriend up from work, took my daughter, and we went to the shop on the way back. And this is important, and this is the point that I've been trying to get across. Not that eating healthy is going to cure anxiety, and doing exercise is going to cure anxiety. But this is where I notice the biggest difference, and this is why I'm so passionate about, like, the thought of this lifestyle change being something that everybody should consider. So we went to the Co-op. It's a local store. It's reasonably big. I mean, it's not a supermarket. It's like a Sainsbury's local, I guess, if you're familiar with those. And we pulled up in the car, and all the way back from my girlfriend's work, it was on my mind because I knew we had to go there. And I was feeling more and more nervous, as I normally would. And when we pulled up in the car park, like, as soon as I seen the car park, it was empty. But as soon as we pulled in there, loads of cars seemed to follow us in. And then the whole car park was full. And I was just sitting there in the driver's seat thinking, like, I want to go in here, but I'm nervous. I'm scared that there's so many people in there. And my girlfriend and my daughter were both like saying, shall we just go in? And I said, no, I'm going to give this a go. So we went in, and we was in there for like maybe 15 minutes, like spent 30 quid on just crap, really. We bought the salmon for today. We bought my daughter's school stuff. We needed milk, just general stuff. And I was in there and I was holding the basket. And this is maybe an avoidance, but I gave my girlfriend my bank card, told her my PIN, and said, look, like, you might have to do the checkout because I'm going to be freaking out. Like, I'm already negative in what I'm expecting to happen, which is a bad thing. So healthy eating hasn't changed the way that I think about the things that I'm doing. And then I got to the till, and my girlfriend and my daughter both decided that they forgot something, so they both went off to get whatever. So I was doing the checkout on my own, and then after a couple of minutes, because we had a full basket, I turned around, got my bank card off my girlfriend, because my girlfriend and my daughter at this point were just talking behind me, and I did the checkout, and like didn't even consider anything. So by the time, in the time that I'd given her my card when we first got in there, to the time that we got to the checkout, I was absolutely fine, did the checkout, speaking to the cashier, packed the bag, and just walked out of there. And it was mad. When I walked out of there, I thought to myself, like, I was really pleased with myself because I was able to not only get out of the car when I first arrived there and I felt that negative energy and just felt this was something that I can't do. So I was pleased with myself that I managed to overcome that first obstacle. Maybe because I was thinking a bit clearly, I guess. I was like seeing it for what it really is. I knew that I would be able to get through it. Like, there was nothing serious going to happen to me when I was in there. But the fact that I was able to think that over the shouting of anxiety in my head. So I got in there, walked around a bit, felt a little bit off. I'll be honest, I did not feel great. But by the time we got to the checkout, everything seemed to have just quietened down again because I had that clarity again, that thought process of just, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm focusing on what I'm doing, not what I'm thinking. And I don't know whether that's something to do with my positive mindset at the moment, something to do with the fact that my body feels better. I've got more energy. I don't feel knackered constantly. So, I don't know. Now, I was going to spread this video across the course of the day. I was thinking like sharing my routine, but I'm going to tell you about my routine, which I already have. But there's something else that bothers me, something that bothered me yesterday that I seen on social media. And it's when people are negative about other people using other things. Like, I'm going to use examples. Say you go to the doctors, whether that's right or wrong, suffering with anxiety. Like, if you feel unwell, go to the doctors. Like, that's a given. And don't let anybody tell you anything else. Unless you're going for the same thing over and over again and you're just seeking reassurance. If you've been told that what it is anxiety or whatever, then accept that. But if you go to the doctors and you have a range of tests and they come back and say that you have a B12 deficiency or you're low in iron or a magnesium deficiency. Now, my thought process behind that is if you have B12 injections or you supplement iron or supplement magnesium or something like that, it will make you feel better. You can't just accept that you have a B12 deficiency and feel better about it. There are certain things that you might need to increase your well-being, and that is just like anybody that says that you don't need supplements or you don't need iron or you don't need magnesium, you don't need vitamin B and vitamin D is nonsense. They're talking shit, because if you have a deficiency in something and it's making you feel under the weather, why would you not just take whatever it is that's going to improve your well-being? It doesn't make any sense to me. You can't accept that you have an iron deficiency and feel better. What you have to do is take iron and then you will feel better. So anybody that's saying that nothing else works for anxiety and like acceptance is the only thing, like, just don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's what I'm saying, because there are things that work for everybody. Some people will use hypnotherapy, and some people will recover from anxiety using it. Some people will buy expensive methods off the internet and use them, and maybe it's only 3% of the people that buy it that it works for, but if it works for you, then it works for somebody, doesn't it? So it's not really fair to squash everybody else's opinions about whether diet and exercise are useful for the body and mind, because it's nonsense to think that they are not useful for your body and your mind. Like, it is scientifically proven that exercise releases feel-good chemicals. It is scientifically proven that healthy eating is good for your mind. And if you don't believe me, like, just search it on Google, because there's shit tons of studies being done. So, I don't know. Like, I got frustrated yesterday because I seen a post and it was kind of mocking people that use, like, magnesium, or CBD is another one. Like, maybe CBD is not going to cure your anxiety, but if it puts you in a better mindset, or it enables you to do more, it is an anti-inflammatory. Like, you can't argue with the science of that. Maybe that makes you feel well enough to be able to get out and do something. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, maybe you do have to go out and you have to, like, I have to go to the supermarket. The only way I'm going to squash that fear of going to a supermarket is to go to the supermarket. But if I feel like shit, or if I've got a B12 deficiency, which, like, I can see people mocking this, if it is a fact that you are deficient in something, or you're that fucking tired because you don't do anything, or you just eat takeaways and your head's cloudy and you feel like crap, and then you go to the supermarket with anxiety, how is that going to make you feel? Here's some homework for you. This week I want you to eat only McDonald's and drink only coffee for 7 days, and then come back and next week drop a comment below and tell me whether it improved or impaired your mental health. And then tell me whether diet has any impact on your mental health, because I'm pretty sure that if we all did that, we'd all feel like shit next week. So that's my point. Anybody that says diet and exercise are purely for the body are just, I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is. It doesn't make any sense to me. Diet and exercise are good for the body and the mind. Like, I don't need to say any more about it. Now, I intend to spend the rest of this year, and I know, like, we're only a week in, but I'm feeling good. Like I say, we've got a nice routine. We prep meals on the evening before. If my girlfriend's off work, we'll cook, but she has been, like, super helpful with this, like, cooking of an evening after a day's work, because I don't really know what I'm doing in the kitchen. Like, I'm just used to taking stuff out of the freezer and heating it up. That's it. That's my culinary knowledge. Whereas she has a bit of knowledge about cooking. So it's been useful. Like, we both stand in the kitchen. It's nice. We have something to do together of an evening. Like, I'm watching and learning. And I'm going to put this stuff to practice too. So, like, this is, like I say, when I said this is a new lifestyle change that I'm taking, I really do mean it. Like, I'm putting my effort into this. I'm getting on with doing something positive, a lifestyle change, and that's where I'm at right now. So we're a week in. I feel positive, I feel good, I feel like I've got energy, I'm sleeping okay. That's the only thing that I've noticed, really, that hasn't been tip-top, is my amount of sleep that I'm getting. I guess the amount of sleep I'm getting is okay. What I have noticed is that I'm getting up during the night for the toilet, for a pee. TMI, I know, but that's not something that usually happens with me, because I only drink tea and I don't drink enough liquid to make me need the toilet that often. So now, like, I'm going during the night, which is different, but maybe it's breaking my sleep up a little bit. So I don't know, maybe I should stop drinking water a bit earlier in the evening, but I don't know. I'll consider that. Obviously, I'm learning more about myself now, so I need to make tweaks. But exercise is going to start today, I think. I'm going to go into the garage. I'm going to get on the elliptical machine, maybe for 10-15 minutes, and just see how I feel after that. See if it makes me feel more positive. I know I'm going to experience a bit of weirdness, like maybe dizziness and fatigue for sure, because it's something that I haven't done. But I'm prepared. I'm prepared to accept those feelings because I feel more positive, because my mood has been lifted. Is it healthy eating? I don't know. But that's it for now. Maybe next week I'll be feeling under the weather. Maybe something's going to happen and I'm not going to feel great. But while you feel good, just keep moving forward. I'll see you next week.